Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm extremely happy to be here, to be a part of this forum, reciprocity. I really like the way you're positioned the whole platform, um, empowering entrepreneurship, and I really admired the diversity in this whole group. You're from varied industries, right? So luxury furnishing, one from clinical psychologist, lawyer, medical device. It's a good mix. So I am extremely happy to share my point of views on new rules of marketing. So let me directly jump into the presentation, and at the end we can have the Q&A session. So now, if you notice, you are from various businesses, you're from various categories, right? So it is very critical to understand uh, what's happening in the marketing space, because that is very critical. We may be one thing which I've observed in most of the entrepreneurs is they're extremely good at what they do. They are extremely good at what they do. It means a lawyer is extremely good about his own practice. Clinical psychologist is very good at what she does. But the challenge is when it comes to marketing, when it comes to branding their own business, they miss out certain things. So we need to wear whatever business we are in or whatever we do in our life. I think of late I've understood that we need to be good at marketing. At least we need to have that marketing orientation. I don't expect all the business owners to go and do marketing, write content, create storyboard for their advertising. But at the orientation level, at the thought level, if you are oriented towards marketing, I think you can be, you can do a lot of marketing planning activities for your own business. Because marketing, you don't need to be good at 1,500 things to be good at marketing. All you need is you need to have orientation on only 3 4 things to be good at marketing. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share 5 rules of modern marketing, which all the business owners need to be aware of. So number one rule: today, if you want to run a business or if you want to launch a business, you don't need huge resources to build your brand or a distribution network. If you notice, majority of our resources goes into these segments. We need building, we need capital, we need labor. If you want to build a manufacturing setup, you need a very big physical infrastructure, capital, labor. These were old rules of establishing a business. Today, if you notice, you can bypass all these 3 things. Most of the businesses which we see now, billion-dollar valuation businesses, or businesses which are scaling up very quickly. One rule, if you notice, the difference between the businesses which are scaling up rapidly and the businesses which takes time to scale up is the fast growing businesses totally avoid the conventional rules of business and marketing. For example, this company called Beardo, you must be knowing about this company, have identified very specific markets, millennials and Gen Y, who grow their beard. It's a very unique product catered to a very unique market segment, a very specific market segment. They have not launched this product in a conventional way. What do you mean? What do I mean by conventional way? Means you take your product, do advertise, manufacture on your own, go to television or mass media, spend huge amount of money in advertising your product, then go and distribute your product in actual stores across the geographies. All these 3 things eat away lot of resources, be it your time and money. Take television advertising for example. It takes crores of you need crores of money to advertise in television, print, and mass media, right? And take physical distribution for example. It takes a lot of time to go and penetrate into a market for your product. So what this company has done it, they have done everything online. They have initially for the first 2.5 3 years they have totally eliminated the conventional rules of doing business. What they have done is they have identified the channels through which they can reach the millennials, the actual users of this product, which is nothing but YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Especially they have leveraged YouTube and created lot of do it yourself or lot of educational content. They created a lot of stories around the product. It's not just conventional advertising, buy this product. They have created a lot of content around this product, how to use this, what are the advantages, benefits, and a lot of other stuff which is useful for that particular market segment. They have done that and created demand for that product. So even manufacturing, if you notice, they have outsourced majority of their manufacturing, and they have ensured the quality of the product. They ensure the front end story of the product is right. It means their communication is right and their channels are right and deliver right content. And how did they distribute it? They have not initially, they didn't distribute the product in the offline world. They've distributed purely through Amazon, Flipkart, and other new age marketing channels. Even when you call, they'll deliver the product to you. They have it's a direct to consumer model in a totally different way, online model. So that is what I mean when I say you don't need huge resources to build your brand and distribution network in today's world. This is the full cycle of the business. Even today, if you want to market your business, you don't have to go the conventional way and spend crores and crores of money in it. You can choose modern marketing channels to deliver your communication. So number two rule is think like a media company. What media company does, they create a lot of content and just to get the attention of their audience. They deliver a lot of, if you take a newspaper company or take Times of India for example, what they do, they write a lot of content, the news articles related to various industries, and because of which they get our attention. So once after they get our attention and trust, they sell a lot of things. They sell our attention to advertisers. They even have a lot of products. Even Times of India group, Times Group have a lot of products. Just because they have our attention, they're selling all these things subtly in their own newspaper. So that is one of the biggest mindset which every business owner need to have. Think like a media company. But how can you do it? So before that, what I would like, why should you think like a media company? See, earlier, let's say 10, 15 years back, marketers had control over the attention of the consumers. It means you can easily intercept the attention or get attention of our audience through television, through newspapers, through radio, or through outdoor advertising. Today, it's not possible because consumers have taken over all the media channels. Television is not the most preferred channel now. I'm purely talking about from consumer perspective. People don't like interruptive advertising at all. If you notice, if you go back and notice people around you, and if you observe your own self, we are mostly on Facebook, we are mostly on Instagram, we consume content on YouTube, we are on LinkedIn. These are media channels, our own media channels. It means the message which I'm trying to drive across is each and every one of us owns a piece of media. It means consumers have a option to read what they like. Even if you watch a YouTube video, 10-minute video, at the fifth minute, if you don't like that video, we skip, right? We go to some other video. In television, it's not possible. We watch at worst case, we just switch to other channel. Even there, you find advertising. People don't inherently people don't interrupt to advertising. They switch channels. They are not waiting for our advertising in mass media, right? But in social media, I'm not talking about advertising in social media. I'm talking about attention of consumers in social media is high when you deliver the right content to them. So that is what I said. Everybody owns, every one of us owns a piece of media. The entry barrier to communicate is zero today. Zero, literally. Even if you think you want to build a brand with the least amount of budget, if you understand your audience, what media they are in, you, with the power of media which you have. When I say everyone owns a piece of media, what do I mean by that is we have our own Facebook page, we have our own LinkedIn page. These are our piece of media. YouTube is our own television channel. Blog is our own newsletter. LinkedIn is our own business networking platform where we can connect with a lot of other like-minded entrepreneurs. That is what I mean by this statement. Everybody owns a piece of media and the entry barrier to communicate is zero. So how many of us are leveraging this opportunity by thinking like a media company? And this is one data which I have taken from eMarketer. This is 2018 data. Global ad spend is $628.63 billion US dollars. Advertising volume goes up, but its effectiveness has come down dramatically. Not every company is making a good return on investment on its advertising because the game has changed. People don't like advertising at all. Even in social media, if you notice, a lot of companies are using the conventional mindset of putting their advertisement. People skip it. If you want to understand marketing well, we just need to understand our own self really well. How we consume content, how we take buying decision, where do we pay attention to. If we understand our own self, I think marketing becomes very easy. But most of the times, business owners tend to do this fundamental mistake. They see marketing as a different thing than how they consume content or how they do their own buying decision for their own self. If you integrate these two things, if you have these two, if you have an idea, or if you think like a consumer, how you take buying decisions, or what are the things you discuss at a home or in social media, what content you read in YouTube, I think that will give a lot of insights, because conventional advertising, television advertising or mass media advertising doesn't give much traction to us as business owners. Another thing, the challenge with conventional advertising is this. Just have a look at this data. 2018 Gallup's data of world's most trusted professionals. Nurses are in the top. Medical doctors are in the top. Again, this is global data. I think it's very specific to US market, but this applies to most of the geographies. But again, the point which I wanted to convey is advertising practitioners, telemarketers, car salespeople. I think we have to accept it. I have to accept this as a marketer. Are not the trusted. They are not the trusted professionals. Even if I notice, even in my own home, my wife and my son sometimes used to pull my legs. When I talk about my own product, my clients' products, the reason is advertising, product-based advertising, or all the pushy offers, discounts, the deficit, the trust deficit which happens, the post sales, all this puts salespeople and marketers and advertising practitioners in this position. So the ideal way to overcome this trust deficit is to deliver upfront value to your audience. For example, we have understood that we own a lot of media, right? Social media channels. Now, what can be done is we can create a lot of content which is useful to our audience. Instead of selling our products, deliver upfront value to your audience. One example which I would like to share is take all these spiritual gurus. For example, take Sadhguru, you must be following him, uh, or any other thought leaders in this space. Now they create or a lot of new age moms who have started their own YouTube channels and share their recipe. See, go and see how many subscribers they have. Huge. But if you notice, a lot of brands, on the other hand, they don't focus on creating or delivering value like them. They only believe on advertising. I'm not against advertising, but advertising's only job, the only job which advertising does is discovery. People know about us. That's it. There is no trust element built in advertising. But on the other hand, based on your category, if you build create entertaining content or educational content. Entertaining content is nothing but to create something which entertains your audience. It applies to a lot of category, especially when you're in movie or especially when you're in certain segments. Educational content can be used in a lot of categories. For example, in furnishing business, you can create a lot of educational content as to how you're creating your furniture, how it can be kept inside the house, or lot of designs, how you create designs. But this is not a conventional advertising. You're helping your audience to take some decisions. You're feeding more useful content to your audience. If you have a YouTube channel and deliver a lot of things uh, and deliver a lot of goodwill content to your audience, I think the demand will open up. Advertising, the demand potential of advertising is very less, but the demand potential which your upfront content, a goodwill content, has is immense. It opens your market. People go and share it in their Facebook. People talk about it. One thing which you know, if you observe what people are doing, what your friends are doing, what your siblings are doing, you just observe. They consume lot of interesting content. They fall into these two categories, either entertaining content or educational content. So now come back to your own category and ask this question: am I thinking like a media company and creating content? You have to become a content mission in order to survive in today's marketing environment. Old way of thinking in an advertising mindset will not help us in growing our business. So number three, people buy emotions, not products. This mindset should sink into us, because if you notice, a lot of brands in your own category, they talk about conventional functional benefits of their product. It's all same. It is commoditized. If you talk about only the functional elements of your product, my product will do this, will help you to do this, it's not sticky to the consumer. So you have to move from conventional product benefits to emotions. That is when you start differentiating your brand from your competition. Emotional brands, these are few examples, but don't come and ask me that these are big brands. Will I be able to do it for my brand? Definitely you can do it. These brands were very small when they've started. When you take Nike as an example, they're just selling shoes, but they have incorporated a unique storytelling aspect into their shoes. It's nothing but emotions, and they've become a brand. They never talk about their functional benefits. Our shoes will help you to run fast or will help you to play basketball in a better way. They never talk about. Coca-Cola, they are in problem now, but still they don't talk about their carbonated drink. They talk about happiness. Starbucks community, they built a community around their brand. Harley Davidson, yes, community. Red Bull, energy. They're not just selling energy drink. They sponsor extreme sports. So if you want to differentiate your brand, just see how you can bring in that emotion, because from consumer perspective, if you notice, we are not just driven by functional benefits of a product. We are driven, the subterranean force in the decision making process is emotion. Something is driving us. Even if you are a CEO of a company, I'm talking about an individual, we think he is the most logical person, but still his decision making is driven by emotions. I wanted to be the best in my industry. Even if you're selling a B2B product, even if you are a marketing and brand consultant, or a medical device brand, or even if you are a B2B, in B2B segment, emotions play a very important role. So the rule number 3 is people buy emotions, not products. So bring in that emotional connect in your brand and storytelling. Uh, when you bring that emotional connect and tell powerful stories to your market, you're giving a human element to your brand. Your brand is not just an abstract logo, right? So if you want to bring that human element into your brand, tell powerful stories to your market. And rule number 4, your best marketing strategy, be remarkable. You would have read the book of Seth Godin, Purple Cow, how to be different. And this framework, which I have shared, is also by Seth Godin. Most of the times, if you notice, just pay attention to this framework. At the center, you have product, and at the next layer, you have sports and usability, and at the next layer, you have your story, which we have discussed earlier, your customer community. When I say community, your own consumer community, or this community of your entire stakeholders, your vendors, and people who are part of your business, and then your price, and then your tribe. And at the external layer, you have advertising, you have your buzz, hype creation activities, basically your advertising, your clicks, all those things. Now, what most of the times what we do is we focus on the external layer. 80-90% of the time we focus on ads, we focus on clicks. We wanted to create some hype for our business, what offers will work, what discounts will work, how can we create buzz. This thing is forcing us to spend a lot of money. But if you want to solve any of your marketing brand challenges or any challenges related to growth, you have to enter into the next layer of this whole circle. If you want to solve your advertising problem, enter into the next layer. Ask, am I telling the right story? Do I have a tribe? Do I have a community for my own brand? A small set of people who care about what we do. and even the next layer, your own support system, what are the post sales support or service you provide to your customers. As you grow, as you narrow down and go inside each and every layer, you become more strategic than being tactical. What happens is when I discuss with most of the entrepreneurs as a consultant or a speaker or a coach, what happens is majority of the conversation happens in the outside layer. I think if you spend 80 percentage of your time in the inner layers, be it if you are remarkable, if your product is remarkable, if your service is remarkable, if you train your staff to deliver remarkable service, if you form a small community among your audience like this and serve them, I think they will take care of your business. They will spread the word to the next layer of the market. They will refer a lot of people. This is an organic game, but it's a most powerful game. I will share another. I'll share an example from history also. When Jesus Christ thought of spreading Christianity to the whole world, he has identified only 12 people and appointed them as his apostles to spread the word. Those 12 people who believed in him, who believed in Jesus Christ's philosophies, went ahead and spread the word to the entire world. Vivekananda Swami Vivekananda asked, give me 100 believing people. I'll transform the whole India. Mahatma Gandhi, when he did this Dandi March, during the initial stage of his walk, only 50 people were there. When he completed that 390-kilometer journey, around 50,000 people participated in Dandi March. See, when you are good at something, when you choose a small set of audience and they'll be remarkable to them, they become your evangelist. They become your fans, not just customers. They become your fans and go and spread the word about your business in the next layer. You just observe your own behavior. How many products you talk about in your home? How many products you refer to your own customers, to your friends? How many of your friends come and ask, what product should I buy? Which two-wheeler is good? Which real estate developer is good? That drives the purchase decision-making process and word of mouth and referrals. If you don't want to spend huge amount of money on advertising or any other resource, just keep this one idea in mind. Be remarkable. Focus in this framework. Bring your focus at the center, not at the external layer. And rule number 5. This is another framework. It's called diffusion of technology. Any new idea or product, any new breakthrough idea or breakthrough product will go through this innovation diffusion cycle. For example, if you notice, if a product comes to the market, initially only few people will be interested in it. Those people are called, I'm talking about the left side, innovators and early adopters. These two small segment of people adopt your idea, your business product. And then if you deliver value to them, then they spread the word to the early majority and the late majority. The mistake which most of the business owners do is they jump into the center layer and think like mass marketers. They start using advertising, using mass media channels. They start targeting the early majority and late majority in the very early stage of their business. That is why they fail to become and they fail as in they're not sustainable in the marketplace. The ideal way to begin or to be a sustainable business with a 25-year-old business, even 50-year-old business, is to think small. When I say think small, think about the early adopters of your business. Think about the innovators who deeply knew your product. There is a word which is used. The word is there is a segment of people who are called neophiliacs. People who like new things. People who like new ideas. In your business category, who are those people? Who are those neophiliacs, otherwise called innovators and early adopters? Even it is 10, 15, 20, or even it is 30, 40 people, they care about what they do. If you provide exceptional service to them, if you focus on them, I call these people as vital few. You have two ideas, right? Vital few, trivial many. Have a lot of trivial in your own business also. If you notice, if you have 200 customers, only few will be highly profitable. You know about 80-20 principle, right? So 80 percentage of the profits will come from only 20 percentage of the customers. I'm talking about these innovators, early adopters, and heavy users of your product, your brand evangelist. Do you know them? Have you segmented vital few audience from the trivial many? This can be applied in a lot of areas. Vital few employees, vital few products. Coming back to this framework, this 15 percentage of early adopters and innovators. I've given 3 examples of Jesus Christ, Swami Vivekananda, and Mahatma Gandhi's Dandi March, right? Initially, all these things have happened in this space. Die-hard believers about what you do. If you focus on them, word will spread very fast to the next layer of the market. That is how you win. Let me summarize all the 5 rules of marketing quickly so that we can conclude this session. Number 1, you don't need huge resources to build your brand and distribution network. Think like a media company. Use all the available social media channels, your own social media channels like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and deliver a lot of upfront value to your audience through content related to your category. Next thing is people buy emotions, not products. Choose some powerful stories for your business than talking about conventional product benefits. Focus on the core elements of marketing, that is your product, your customer retention, your product usability, how it is impacting your customer's life. Ask these questions 80% of your time. Become more strategic. Focus on the vital few audience, your innovators and early adopters. Clearly segment them and treat them like VIPs. Work closely with them so that you will get a lot of ideas about your own product, both plus and minus. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for your time and patience.